Hello and welcome everyone to this talk show being organized at Gnan Manjari School under the valuable guidance of respected Sri Nakrani sir. Friends, in this talk show, we debate on the topics which are worthy of discussion and relevant to us. So as usual, the topic of today's talk show is going to be very interesting and worth knowing as it is being discussed at the global level. Yes friends, the topic of today's talk show is going to be the US tariff. As we all know, recently the American President Donald Trump has imposed sweeping tariffs in many countries in the world, and all these countries are going to be impacted by this huge tariff. So, as usual, here I have got four debaters alongside me, and we're going to start with their general introduction. And to begin with,
myself Aditi Agrawat. I am from 9th Gujarati medium.
Myself Dhyana Ramanuj. I am from 9th Gujarati medium.
Myself Prutha Dungrani from 10th standard Gujarati medium.
I am Dhwani Prajapati from 10th standard Gujarati medium.
so first of all of you are heartily welcome to this talk show. And now the topic being clear to all of you, the US tariff. So first of all, let us discuss what is the US tariff.
Recently, the American President Donald Trump has imposed the tariffs on goods and products which are brought into America, that is exported into America from other countries. If the traders or companies which sells or export their goods and products to America have to pay the tax to the US government.
And that is called the US
Yes.
tariff. Okay, the tax which they have to pay to its
US
government.
Yes.
Okay, so as we all know, America known as the superpower across the globe, so the tariff which has been imposed by its government is going to have huge impact on all these countries. So according to you, what could be its impact at the global level?
I think many countries in the world are connected with America for trade. The US had trade relation with more than 200 countries around the globe, so its impact is going to be huge. First, the goods or product of other country become very expensive in America because of this high and extra tariff, so the number of consumer will decrease. If the product from other country become costly, those country will have to suffer loss and can slow down in their business. Ultimately, it can result into slowing the trade.
It can also result into trade war as the other countries in the world can put tariff on goods and products from America.
So now coming to the main concern of this US tariff. What could be its impact on our country, that is India?
It can have huge impact on India also. Due to this US tariff imposed on Indian goods and products, India may have to suffer. India export pharmaceutical products, auto parts, jams, spices, steels, textiles and etc. If the US tariff is high on our products, our traders and companies or industries will discourage to continue their export to the US. Due to high US tariff rate, India will export less and the price of Indian products will be higher. So the number of customers for Indian products will decrease in America.
If the customers are less, Indian traders or companies may discontinue their export to the US, and so the companies will suffer. That can ultimately result into job loss because of the less demand against the production.
As far as this high US tariff is concerned, do you think India can get any benefit or any advantage from this high US tariff rate? I mean to say, any positivity or opportunity for India?
Looking at the present scenario, US has put high tariff on Chinese products like electronics, computer, pharma, etc. If China stops exporting all these products, US may have to find other country like India, and that can get India a new market and customer. In short, India has potential to gain benefit from it.
India has gained a natural competitive advantage in several key sectors. One such is garments and textiles. So this high tariff on Bangladeshi and Chinese exports are expected to help India to get market shares and increase the export to the US.
In the electronics and smartphone sectors, countries like Vietnam and Thailand may lose cost competitiveness due to the tariff rate, and that can create opportunities for India.
As far as the outcome is concerned, most people think that this high US tariff rate is going to have some unexpected and adverse impact at the global level. So let us discuss as far as India is concerned, is there any solution for India for this high tariff rate?
Yes, there is some strategies that India can follow. Like we should reduce our dependence on US to export our goods and products to them. So for that we should increase our trade relation with Europe, Southeast Asia, Africa and the Middle East.
For this, there should be free trade agreement with other nations to lower tariff barriers.
There should be a win-win situation for both countries, and for that India should be a negotiate bilateral trade deals and engage in diplomatic talks to reduce or remove tariff.
So friends, here we discussed enough on this high US tariff rate. So here we conclude this talk show, but before we conclude, let me express my heartfelt thanks to all these debaters who came, who remained present and shared their knowledge on this high US tariff rate. So it's time to say goodbye to all of you, and now we will meet once again with some more interesting topic. Till then, it's time to say goodbye, wishing you all the very best and wonderful future ahead. Thank you.